Hey friends, in this video, I will be talking a little bit about what it's like to be running a successful business over the age of 50. I never thought I would be here. I thought I would be doing some other things, but life has a way of turning things around, bringing positivity and joy into your life. And running my business has been, aside from giving birth and raising five beautiful humans, the highlight of my life. So stay tuned for just my little sit down talk about growing my business after 50. Hey friends, today I just wanted to talk about what it's been like growing a business in my 50s. I had businesses before. They were fast paced, and I say that because I was raising my children, and it was like, even when you're raising your children and you're present in their life, that time goes so fast. So I've had businesses. I've had dessert business, I had crochet business, but I was also a mom of five children, so I had to do all those other things, and I rarely had time for myself. And I'm pretty sure if you're someone in your 20s, 30s, early 40s, and if you have children in your 50s, that you can relate that a lot of the time is not your own. So now everything that I do purposeful, with meaning, to just really grow my business, to see where I can go as an individual. It's been such so much fun. Like, I've been, again, like I said, so I had a dessert business that was a physical business where I would make desserts and people would come to my house or I would deliver them. And then I had a crochet design business, which when it first started, I made the designs and everything, and my children's friends' moms would purchase items. And then I found about this new website called Etsy. So I sold there for a long time, took a break off for 2 years, and just started again in 2020 with the tie-dye and bleaching. And I'm still making some scarves and different things because that brings me a lot of joy. But when I started reselling 4.5 years ago, I did not know that that journey would change my life and lead me from there to here. When I started in April of 2016, I just did it as a hobby because I wanted to spend more time and have something that my husband and I would have in common. I didn't realize that it would, lead to a life changing business, and open up doors and other opportunities. Just started as a hobby, making extra money. 2 years later, in April 2018, decided that I could probably do this reselling thing full time. You know, drew up a plan, which you should do. Figured out the money situation, which you should do. Think about what's important. You have to do that. Talk to your significant other, if you have a significant other. If it's just you, then talk to yourself or ask guidance from friends and, maybe some mentors. But 2018 literally changed my life. Started my full-time journey in April. Even though I was working a job, I was a lunch lady, so I had holidays in the summer off. June hit when we were going full-time for the summer, and I just went full force. I opened up 2 eBay stores. It seemed crazy at the time, even though it was a lot to keep up with, but the challenge was on. I wanted to make money. I wanted to be free. I wanted to make my own hours. I was getting stressed at my job and I didn't want to report to anyone. So from June to August, I kicked butt. August 17th, 2018, I emailed my letter of resignation to my supervisor, and the rest was history. I was supposed to um, start work like a week later. I was a supervisor of my own kitchen. We went in like a week early, got our kitchen set up, had all our food delivered, and I sent that letter in and just said, yeah, I'm done. And they were like, you're welcome to come back anytime. You can substitute whatever because we love what you're doing. But I was stressed. At one point, I thought I had a heart attack. I thankfully only pulled my sternum, but that was because I was picking up boxes and things and loading and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. But when you work for the state or the school district, there's not a lot of help. But then I just also felt that I was too old for that. I don't even know how women older than me are still working in the district. There are people who can't retire until they've been there for 30 years and they've reached 62. I can't even imagine. When I walked away from my job, I was not vested. I got that job because I moved here to marry, after I married Thomas. I was in Philly and I moved to Delaware and I couldn't find a job making what I was used to making. So I went into the school district because it provided me good money. They took my experience and paid me based on that, but it also allowed me the flexibility to be available for our children who had after school activities, and I was able to do doctor's appointments. I was off when they were off because I was in the same district as them. And so that is what appealed to me. But it was a stressful job and I had not been that stressed in years, people gossiping and things. So I was like, yeah, I got to step away. So I was 49 years old. I had literally, my birthday was in July. I turned 49 in July. And then in August, I left my job and I have not looked back. Now, be clear, there's been ups and downs. That year in 2018 probably was my best selling year as a reseller. I jumped in, still had my eBay stores, and decided, you know what, if I can put the work into eBay, I can put in the double work for Poshmark, which was the app that I started off with and that I liked the most, and I liked the simplicity of it, and I didn't like the headache of eBay. But that being said, I was just working, 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 working. And then by December 2018, after the Christmas slowed down, I realized that I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anything to look forward to aside from working. I feel like that kind of now because we're living through this pandemic. It's like we can't really just go out and have fun with our friends. So I'm kind of in that space again, but thankfully because it's community. So in December, that's when I realized that, yeah, in a sense, I was kind of alone. Thomas was doing his thing. And so I had to figure out, like, I'm going to do this reselling, but how am I going to survive at home? Fast forward to January 2019, that became the change. That was the catalyst for everything. The reason why I'm sitting here in front of you right now, it was the catalyst for everything. I made a video on YouTube introducing myself. I just said, I'm Leslie Tucker, and you would have to watch the first video. It's the very first video that I have here on this channel. January 2019, I sat in my red chair back there and just introduced myself. And I was nervous. I didn't know what to say. And then I just kind of from there made it up as I went along, made about 30 videos on YouTube. But I realized that I had a little bit of a community on Instagram and people were starting to DM me, and what I was saying was resonating. I was really just talking about, yes, I wanted to meet people over 40 because I was still, 49 at the time. And I wanted to meet people who maybe were local, people who were married, people who had children. And those are the people who started like sending me DMs. And I was like, wow. And I would tell my husband about this, and he would say, just keep on going, just keep on going. And it was the community that kept me going. And so I started hearing about these things called Posh and Sips. For people who don't sell on Poshmark, they are like really just local gatherings. You can meet at a coffee place with a couple friends, or you can have a dinner with 20 or more friends. And then they had these Posh Party Lives, which was like this big event where you dress up. And then there was this other event called Posh Fest. So in January, I was started researching what is this Posh and Sip, and then I went in, applied, got a restaurant, and in May I had my first Posh and Sip. May 2019, met tons of local people, but from then is when it started. It started off because I was like, oh my gosh, there are people who are doing this. I don't know about eBay, I don't know about Mercari, I don't know about Amazon, but Poshmark, people were doing it. I didn't care if we were at a Starbucks. I don't care if I had to drive and we were meeting at, the taco place or the Mexican place. I fell in love with just the community and the concept of the Posh and Sips and the community that Poshmark brought into my life. And so as I started growing in the community, I started just talking about different things. And I started a podcast, and then I started making all these IGTV videos and giving tips and inspiration. And so the reselling turned into some other things. Somebody reached out to me who was not even in the reselling community and said, would you provide some coaching? Coaching business was born. just based on experience. And I will tell you, I don't have a college degree. I grew I'm my education is from the school of life. I grew up on the streets of Philly. You know, we had the suburbs in and out, but for the most part Philly. And my children lived in Philly. We lived in a decent neighborhood, and they went to academically challenging schools. So thankfully we had those choices. But I'm a Philly girl, so if you hear an accent, I'm a Philly girl who's living in Delaware, about to head to the South. And yeah, so the community was everything. The coaching came into play, and I just started putting out my tips out there and just being my true authentic self. And I just said, you know, how can I reach people, just talk to people? And what I decided to do is just show up every day as me. And that's what I do. I show up with my bald head, with my acne, talking about my perimenopause and all those things. And going to the more, Thomas and I, my husband started selling on Poshmark a year later. He was already an eBay seller. And so now he's been selling on Poshmark for 2 years. And then I was going to these Posh and Sips. And one day I said to him, how about if you come with me? And he went to, he didn't go to a Posh and Sip. The first event he ever went with me was to Philly Posh Party Live. And people were coming up to me and stuff. And he was like, what is going on? What is going on here? Like people were literally like fangirling and stuff. And he was like, wow, you cannot stop what you're doing. Just keep being yourself. Whatever it is you're doing, just keep doing it. And I took that advice from him, and I just keep showing up every day, and just more and more people have showed me the love. And for me, it's not about the numbers. Like in society, numbers mean a lot, but it doesn't mean a lot to me. I'm glad that I have some of the numbers. Like I'll tell you, in January, in the number six in my head, I had 552 community members. I don't call you followers because I'm not your leader. We're all in the same playing field. It's community for me. It's people who from different backgrounds, different diverse backgrounds, ethnical, everything. Whatever your lifestyle, we're all beautiful from all over the world. So in January 2019, when I first started that first video, I had 552 community members. I have just hit 20,000, gosh, 300. And it's amazing to me that people keep showing up. It's so humbling to me. You just don't know. So hopefully what I'm doing is resonating, but also I'm growing and learning from the community. I go in every day. As I said earlier, I don't have a degree, a college degree, but social media is my school. YouTube, I learned the University of YouTube, and Instagram to me has so much knowledge. I really am a person who bypasses all the negativity. Each person's personality is different, so that's not to take away from people who really um, all that stuff gets to them. It doesn't get to me. What it does to me is create conversation and dialogue. That when I see negativity and other resellers talking about each other and lowballers and stuff to me, that just starts for me to start a conversation because it doesn't bother me. I know who I am. People send me messages and like, how did you meet that person? Why are you taking pictures with this person? Didn't you hear? And I stop them right there because I don't care about any of that stuff. I base people on how I feel. I don't want your opinion. I want to meet the person, and then I can make a decision. I'm 51 years old. I'm pretty sure I can make a decision about who I want to spend time with. But when it comes business and personal is different. It's 20,000 people in my community. No way am I going to be friends with everyone. I'd rather people friend me than fan me, but there's not, even if you want to get close to me, it's not going to happen because we're not in the same city. It's a whole lot going on, and I just want to be as friendly as I can. But I don't like negativity and I don't like drama, but I address those things in a way that the community can have a conversation, and we can come back and you can really think about it. Stop being mean to your customers and stop calling people lowballers. There's a price point for everybody. You accept it or you don't and walk away. When you call them a lowballer, to me, you're calling your customer a name. I Even yesterday there was a reseller talking about how they get offended that a seller sends them a low offer, and I'm a customer. You know, it wasn't me who sent the offer, but I always send offers. I'm a customer first. When I'm buying from you, I'm not a reseller. And if you're looking on my platform to see what I'm selling or whatever, that's you. Shame on you. It has nothing to do with me. If you send me an offer, I treat you like everyone else. I don't even go into your shop. I could care less. You know, there are people who take the time and they want to go into the person's shop and see how many love notes and all that. I'm like, You know what? If the transaction doesn't work out, just send the stuff back. It is not that serious. I don't have time in my day, for that. So to me, it's about maturity, but it's also about you as an individual. So those things don't affect me. I try not to put my personal into the business part of it, because people forget that you've been working customer service for years, and now that you're the seller, it's different. So I know it's like a long spiel that I'm getting into, but I get so passionate about that because I would hate, for a customer to come onto my post and I've just said lowballer and never even mentioned their name, and then it would offend them. Even as a seller, because I'm a buyer too, that is offensive to do that. It's name calling. You're a lowballer. You're a lowballer because you offered me $10 on a $40 item. You say yes or no and leave it at that. You counter and leave it at that. It's done. How would you feel about, or you're returning something? How would you feel? You go to J. Crew and they're like, oh, how can you're returning what? It doesn't fit you. It's not that serious. Anyway, so the business for me has just grown and it's expanded out. I wrote an ebook in February. I've sold 500 copies. So now I'm branching out to the mainstream. I'm coaching people who are not resellers, teaching them how to resell. And there's a whole lot of things that I have going on. I've been speaking. I've been on people's podcasts. It's just been an incredible journey. 2020 is crazy in a lot of ways, but 2019 introduced to me what my personality could be for 2020, even before I knew we were going to go through the pandemic and all of the Black Lives Matters and all of the deaths and different things that have been going on. It's prepared me. And so I'm stronger because I prepared myself in 2019. So I want to talk about why I'm here. I'm here because I want to keep building a beautiful community and teaching people to be strong and brave and bold and step out of their comfort zone and do the things that they think that they cannot do, and to fail forward and to love themselves and allow themselves grace, but to also accept that it's okay not to be okay. That's why I'm here. I love life. I have my challenges. Let's not get it twisted. I do. I have my moments that I get down, that I'm tired and I don't feel like doing things. And I make a video and it cheers me up. I talk to some friends and it cheers me up. I get a text message from someone who I friended and it cheers me up. I get a DM from someone and it cheers me up. So let's not get it twisted. I have my challenges too, but I don't stay there because life is so wonderful. It's in a sense it's perfect. We're born, we live, and we die. The end of our story is not our death. For us it is, but for the people we leave behind, the story goes on, and you know that from so many people. If you don't think you're wonderful and you're beautiful, you are. I'm here to tell you that I validate you, and then you're incredible. You're incredible. And so that's really why I'm here. I'm here to encourage you, because just by encouraging you, I'm lifted up every single day. What am I learning? I'm learning that at 51, I have more. It's more on the other side, and then I have something to strive to, and that the visions and ideas that I have aren't dumb. They're worth trying and giving it a shot, because if I don't try, then I'm stuck, right? Um, where am I growing? I'm growing everywhere. My mind is growing. My outlook on people is growing, but also the things that I want to do. I have a couple ideas I've been writing down in my wonderful passion planner. A lot of my ideas, even for today, October 5th, ideas for courses. I'm thinking of a women's initiative that I want to do, something about like self-care, kind of expanding an ebook or something, a mentorship program, which I've already started. It's a Resellers Passion Masterclass. Check me out. It's on Facebook. You can join the group. It's not a resellers group. It's for people who want to grow their minds and expand all the possibilities that they could be. But I have so much stuff that I want to do. So I'm growing in every aspect of my life. What happens next? What happens next is I'm going to be writing some courses, and I'm going to, some stuff I want to keep secret, but I am going to be moving a little bit more on with YouTube, really growing that, growing my Facebook group, interviewing more people outside of the reselling community, because on this YouTube channel, it's like a lot of reselling, but I am introducing new people. I just had Tennille on who talked about Pinterest, and I had Anessa on who is a reseller, but she also talked about what we share is alopecia, which is our hair loss condition. So I want to have like more things going on and expanding to maybe like television and things like that. And I do host a podcast, two podcasts, but I also have a series called Am I Really Bald, where I talk about alopecia and life stories. So I've been really slow. I'm not going to do anything with that till January 2021, but I'm going to really start planning out now my weeks and finding people to interview and things. And I don't want to burn myself out. So I really got to get calendared and figure out what's going to be important. I'm giving myself to December 31st to figure out what businesses I want to drop. Something's going to drop off. And so I have to figure out what's going to grow. It's October. I have until the last day in December to really structure where I want to be in 2021. Um, I would like to hear from you. I'm reading from my notes, so I'll come back to that. But basically, that's it. I am 51. I am living the best time of my life. I love raising my children. It went so fast. And my goal is to not wallow in the fact that they're leaving. I stay busy so that I don't get sad that they're leaving, but also to create opportunities for myself to prove that I can do things that I never even thought of. Getting on the plane last year to go to Posh Fest by myself for the first time ever. I've always flown with someone. Going through that fear, went to Posh Fest, and then a month later, I got on the plane and flew to Massachusetts. This year, I had plans to do a lot of other things, but COVID-19 has like stopped that for a little bit. I don't travel just to travel. I only go where I need to go on purpose. So hopefully 2021 will start bringing more opportunities where I can start flying and driving and meeting people again. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that regardless of your whatever your age, but the older you get, it should be the best time of your life. If you wake up in the morning, be thankful whatever you believe in, whether you pray to God or you thank the universe or you sit in a meditative state. Be thankful. You rose out of the bed where someone else didn't make it. Each day is a gift. It's a gift. The present is a gift. It's a present. It's a present. It's wrapped up, and how you receive it is up to you. And so I would like to hear from you. Please comment below. Send me a DM at a reseller's passion. I would like for you to send me a comment for the podcast if you're interested. If you're a business owner, a man or a woman, and you teach courses, you teach something different. You teach yoga, you teach self-love, you teach organization, you teach Facebook, you do something, and I would love to have you come in and do talk with me to my group of Resellers Passion Masterclass. Stop by my Facebook group. It's just getting built. So you're not going to find anything like exciting right now. But if you check out all the videos that I have here on the Resellers Passion YouTube channel, you'll see how much fun I'm having. And stop by and visit me on Instagram at a Resellers Passion. I would love to hear from you. But thank you for sitting through this. I just wanted to share. It came on my heart today to talk about just what it's been like running a business over 51. I'm here. I'm failing forward. I'm talking to you. As I motivate you, you're motivating me. And I'm doing all the things that I think that I couldn't do. So that's Eleanor Roosevelt. That's my life quote. You must do the things that you think that you cannot do. And every day I do it. Sad, happy, I do it. I push myself through and I do the things that I think that I cannot do. And I invite you to do the same thing. Thank you, friends. Hey, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I've given someone somewhere a little motivation to continue on if you are stuck and stagnant and you are afraid. Hopefully I've given you some inspiration, whether you're 50, 40, 30, 20, or in your teens or older than 50. I hope that I've motivated you in the way to start now. If you like this channel, please consider subscribing. See, over 50. Give me a thumbs up and set the reminder for future videos. I hope to bring you really great content in the future. Thank you as always for your support.